So, according to a black man on TikTok, I am a gold digging whore because I had a best friend that cut me off for a girl he's known for 3 weeks.
The saga continues. Let me say this first. I love black women.
God knows I do.
But one time Farrakhan said this.
No nation can rise any higher than its women. The standard by which we measure the civilization of a people is not the man. The standard by which we measure the civilization of a people is seen in the woman. When you have women that are uncultivated, underdeveloped, you have an uncultivated, underdeveloped people and nation.
And then he said this.
Maintaining the woman means that you have a responsibility to protect her and to protect your children. But guess what? You cannot protect what you cannot control. Wait now. Sisters, when I use the word control, that makes you upset sometimes because you don't want nobody to control you. But no man can protect what he cannot control.
And that man be saying some good stuff. He almost as good as me. But seriously, I love black women. And because I love black women, I tell them the truth. It's not my version of the truth. It's the absolute truth. That's why most people tend to not be able to find any disagreement with it. They just want to talk about my eye, talk about my weight, talk about, my gap. It tend to do ad hominem attacks instead of sticking to what I'm saying. And I do know that truth offends. That's the very nature of what it is, the very nature of what it does. I'm not trying to be hurtful with the things I say. I just call it like I see it. I've done reaction videos since the time I started YouTube, the time I started TikTok. Never in my history have I ever ran across anyone who responded this way. I truly believe this is a clinical issue, and I'm not trying to bully this lady. And I want anyone else who is trying to go over to her page, please stop, because we don't want to be the cause of anything happening. Although it wouldn't be our fault, whatever were to happen. But, we don't want to cause any more trauma or any type of ill will towards anyone. She has responded, ladies and gentlemen. Not only she respond, she been hitting me up all day in my DM with voice memos, with DM texts on multiple platforms. I gotta let you guys hear this. So we're gonna start with her initial reaction to my video. She gonna say some truth in there, about my eye and my weight and all that stuff. But listen to all the lies she tells. I don't understand why a certain demographic of women, I ain't gonna say who, have to lie so much. And I'm gonna say this as well before we get into it. It's only one group of people on earth that I've come across that in efforts to try to prove you wrong, but they prove you so right. Take a look at her reaction to my video.
So, according to a black man on TikTok, I am a gold digging whore because I had a best friend that cut me off for a girl he's known for 3 weeks. And I made a video when I was very emotional. As soon as I got in the text, I made a video. Instead of making an informative video, maybe saying your stance on that kind of subject, this man, who I'm about to put on the screen, decided to call me out of my name, to attack a young black woman in a state of a state of being vulnerable. You are a predator, sir. It is disgusting to warp reality and place your own narratives into something that didn't need more narratives. The whole thing was there. If you had a question, ask it. But don't add your own context to something that is black and white. Nothing was gray. You didn't need to add context to my emotional story. That's weird. It is very much gives black women hatred, and y'all want every black woman to be some gold digging hoe because your mama was. Let me start off by saying I'm a nurse and a bartender. I have my own money, probably more than you and your wife, actually. Also, at the time of my life where I was speaking on when he came into my life, I was at a very vulnerable and low place in my life, and he was a light in that spot. That's why I spoke so much on what he meant to me, not on what I meant to him. Meaning I spoke on what he did for me, not on what I did for him, because the video was about me losing him. Okay, keep up, because I know it's gonna go over y'all head. I know y'all didn't. I know the education is lacking. I understand y'all have no emotional, mental awareness. So please keep up. So here is the troll we are speaking of, stuffing his big belly while speaking down on a black woman. So original. It's actually so original, right? I twisted, cocked-eyed, this and the other way. There's so many things I could say about this man, but I'm not really here to attack him. My story wasn't about him. It wasn't about black men. Actually, the man in question was white. It was about my best friend and how I felt about how he went about cutting me off for a woman he barely knew. But to call me a gold digger and a whore? Don't you have to sleep with somebody to be a hoe, first of all? Oh, okay. Those are the type of men that were never able to have platonic relationships because they were always trying in the forefront, the back end, trying to get with that woman. No woman that they ever really wanted in life would ever pay them any mind. That's a married man. Your wife should be disgusted with you. I'm sure you didn't even want her. I'm sure that wasn't your first pick. It was a person that picked you, right? I know. You're jealous, like a lot of black men. You're jealous of black women, and y'all don't want to see us treated well. So when I talk about how somebody was a good friend to me, you feel like I didn't deserve a good friend. That's all it comes down to. I could sit here and list off everything I did for that man, but that means I would have to go very deep into what he needed me for at the time. And that's going deep into his business. And I don't care how y'all make me feel on here, I'm not going to divulge what that man has gone through. That man went through so much in his life, and he doesn't even deserve this. He doesn't even know this exists. I will say this, a lot of me in his relationship probably was rooted in some type of trauma bonding. Therefore, that would lead you to understand that there was a lot of trauma that happened in his life that I had to help him through, financially, emotionally, and mentally as well. When I speak on a friendship, I mean a two-sided friendship, meaning I did for him, he did for me. Just like in my relationships with my sister, with my best friends that are women, he was a friend to me. I was a friend to him. Y'all don't know how to be friends. Black men and other men alike, y'all don't know how to be friends to women. That is a you problem, not a me problem. Okay? I'm going to end all this with saying every man that came from that video to call me a whore, call me out of my name, tell me to move on. First of all, I did move on. That doesn't even make sense. I made that video the day of it happening. When your girlfriend cut you off, were you sad that day? When your best guy friend cut you off, were you sad that day? When your mother died, were you sad that day? Am I not allowed to have emotions or an emotional response the same day? Do y'all think a week later I was on it? No, but I am allowed to divulge my own emotions on my own platform, and I will do just that. I will not get bullied by lonely, miserable, mother-hating black men who have a deep mother wound that they need to go figure out with the matriarch in their family, not with me on my video, sir. Anyway, last thing, a lot of those comments, men were like, I didn't even see her congratulate him. You didn't even watch my whole video. You came from the creep in the basement's video. You didn't watch it. At the very end of that video, I wished him well, I wished her well. I simply believed that there was a better way to go about it. And I made like 3 follow-up videos kind of explaining that too, and saying how I actually do understand why he did the thing that he did. I just didn't like the way he went about it, because in a relationship, a friendship, any type of relationship, there should have been some type of mutual respect for what I've done for you and who I've been to you in your life for the past several years. I would never jump in a relationship with a man and then cut off my friends 3 weeks after I'm meeting a man. Because take out the relationship word, because they just met. So 3 weeks after meeting a man, I would not cut off a female friend or a male friend that held space, positive space in my life for the insecurity of anybody. And if y'all believe that that's how you work in your friendships, you're not a real friend. And thank God nobody's befriending you, because you're not a real friend. That's it. Continue to hate me, I'm beautiful.
Let's go.